Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Kitties, snoozy kitties. I'm here with you every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We've got epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And we've got a fantastic community here because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go so you can pick and choose what you're interested in. Or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, which I do a lot on YouTube. So, oh gosh. Almost all the questions today are international. There's just so much going on. I'm glad you guys like the kitties. I mean, obviously this one's sleeping, but this one is just sound out. Anyway. All right. I think I'm going to try this again. The ancient Italian tarot. It's not ancient. I don't think of, even if this was from the late 1400s, more like the 15th or 1600s, it's not ancient. Ancient is like Egyptian, but anyway. All right. Let's see how it goes. Give it a whirl. Something different. So, Mary Smith says we're wearing the same colored tee today. Well, brilliant minds. So, all right. Kristen says breaking Russian warships arrive in Cuba. Thank you. Thank you, Kristen. Ricky says, and the star of the show, soon to tour the country as a magician. The one and only Woo Zen Kitty. The good boy. Okay, so I've been trying to understand. We're actually going to start out at 2 minutes and 30 seconds with Melissa's question. We don't have the obvious hilarity today, but we have the cuteness and the comfort. And I think that's kind of what we need. Oh, and Kristen's new kitty Rascal says hi. Oh, okay. So, Melissa was asking about the French elections because for anybody who doesn't know, in the EU just had their elections, and there was a big swing to the right. Really, you haven't paid attention at all over the last 100 years. At the last president of the U.S., it didn't twig. I am going to guess it has something to do with the immigrants. Sorry, itch. Itch on my nose. Anyway, Holly in France says, as an American immigrant in France, the election results make me uneasy. I understand. So, now so that's what happened in the EU elections. Now, Macron, sorry, I'm not going to be able to do this well. I'm just going to do my best and apologize now. Emmanuel Macron called for a snap election, so a quick election, but their system is different from ours. And so no matter what happens, he remains president until 2027. Is that right? And he might be doing this now in the hope of making the far right unpopular over the next 2.5 years. I'm trying to understand. Thank you, Bernadette. Thank you. Jelly says, my friend in Munich was very disheartened by the German results. The former East Germany went heavily toward the fascists. What could go wrong? Germany. Hey, Germany. Well, I was going to read on Macron, but now I think I just got derailed. We'll read on France in just a moment. I think we have a slightly more pressing issue. 6 minutes in. Rise of German fascism again. We did this. We already did this. Okay, all right. So, YaWho. Yes, Mickey. Emmanuel Macron. Germany. Really? 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 I don't know if you're aware of this, but there is actually someone who is quite possibly a living illegitimate son of Adolf. Turns out he had a fling in France when he was fighting in World War I. She gave the son up for adoption and only admitted the truth before she died in the 50s. Then he spent the next 20 years of his life. Sorry, this isn't a great way to present information, me just leaning here, but just trying to keep my blood pressure down. Anyway, he spent the next 20 years of his life doing absolutely everything he could possibly do for the good of humanity to prove to himself that he wasn't evil. So the problem, there is a lot of circumstantial evidence that says this might be a real thing. However, the only way to know for certain would be to do a genetic test. However, you'd have to test Adolf's living nephews, and they're not going to go for that. But here's the kicker. If it's true, that means technically this guy's kids, who are grandkids, could start claiming royalties on Mein Kampf. Right now, the royalties go to basically to charity. Lord help. Okay. Anyway, card for the reading for Germany. Right, Zelia. Hitler's other nephews deliberately did not have children to make sure the line died out. Yeah. Surprise. Card for the reading, the devil. Not. I mean, could Marjorie Harrison, copyright should be expired by now. Well. Anyway. I don't even want to look that up. I'll be honest. But if you find out, do let me know, please. Corruption, utter, awful corruption. this whole underneath that is this whole democracy thing. Yeah, you kind of had going. It was. You know, we help rebuild Germany so it wouldn't be under the same pressures it was after World War I, which led to World War II. And now you really? Okay. Six of Pentacles, charity. They're mad. I'm getting anger about the immigrants. Also, plus we just came out of a pandemic, so inflation's been really, really high. And for all of the Americans complaining about inflation, go elsewhere in the world and have a little look-see. We're actually doing pretty well. Seven of Swords. That's a thief card. Charity, thief. That's too much money going to blame the outsider. What is it? There's a song. Ich bin ein Outlander? Auslander? Something like that. Yeah. Judgment. Three of Pentacles. So this is a conservative plan. And Justice. All right. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like it's about to fall off a cliff, but it's not good. Yes, it is a sound of a train. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Lois. Copyright expired December 31st, 2015. Yay. Ick. TJ says there's widespread protest in Germany against the AfD. I'll be honest, I don't know what the AfD is. I'm assuming that's I'm hoping there are protests against it. That's something from the far right. So, Apple says beg to differ with cost of living in the USA. Oh, I'm not saying that we didn't go through a pandemic and we haven't. I'm not I'm not rolling in money here. I'm saying that our inflation after the pandemic was mitigated, and we through various policies and some luck, we actually did pretty well in the inflation spike. Dorinda says the AfD is the far right. Oh, I'm glad there are protests. Yeah. Marie D says, I don't know about Germany, but in France, the PB is also, then only 52% of people voted. Apple's still out of control now. I understand it's not great, but. Lisa K, those who don't remember the past are doomed to repeat it. Those that do not learn history. Well, Mr. Fancy Pants here with the sword. It's very, I don't know, it just doesn't feel very, it feels rather narrow-minded. Kristen, do me a favor. I'm grateful for your headlines. I am, but please don't put breaking in all caps unless it's something really big, because it really distracts me and pulls me out of what I'm doing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, well, we have the little narrow-minded person with the sword, and then the King of Swords. So this would be legislation. Yeah, narrow-minded, not very sophisticated These are people making legislation, but there's a big suspension here. Lover's card. So this is my fascist card. Yay. Thank you. Star. There is hope. And there is a King of Cups here. Oh boy. Here in the US, it would behoove a lot of politicians to go do some reading about the rise of fascism and how to what's the word I'm looking for? How to nip it in the bud. It doesn't really cut it off. It's just like it's headed for thing. It's going to get more power and energy, and you find a way to just kind of zip, and you find a way around. But in Europe, it feels like there are people there who really have studied history, and there's a lot of talk behind the scenes and amongst people who believe in democracy, who do not believe in the far right, who are in power, who are all talking together, trying to figure out how to maneuver through all of this. And I do have hope for the kings of leaders who are believers in democracy. Because this feels like the far right, those who are in the cults, are going to want to suspend human rights, is what this feels like. Yikes. Jeez. All right, so there's definitely an undercurrent of people trying to find a way to derail another rise in fascism. So I like that. Let's do that. Okay, so but now Melissa was asking about the snap elections in France. So Melissa said, will you please read on French elections? Macron surprised everyone by dissolving parliament and calling for snap elections after far-right parties won big in EU elections. From what I've read, his astrology is not great. But again, I think he might be doing certain things to maneuver. And again, is he really... He dissolved parliament, which calls for snap election, but he still remains until 2027. Is that a thing? Is that right? Very different from the system here, so I get confused. All right, Page of Cups. Starts out with the Devil card. And then, again, yesterday was the first time I used this deck, so I'm going to assume that this is the Ace of Pentacles. So this would be the start of this conservative, very nasty conservatism with an Ace of Wands right there. So this is some nasty right-wing action and new starts. I've got two aces of conservatism and ultra conservatism in the middle. Seven of Cups, that's basically lies about democracy. And the Queen of Wands here, yikes, which is this group. I wonder if he's trying to be the mitigating force. Well, he can be. While he's in a position, because if he waits until he has to be replaced as well, perhaps, then they'll have even more power. Catherine Rodriguez says Macron is trying to stem the far right with this move. Hope it is successful. That's what the cards are saying. So, as the Kimchi turns, says it didn't start know. It didn't start with shock politics. Anybody familiar with the Tea Party knows why Trump came to power. Racism? Hello, Valerie, from Sage the Scales Tarot. Hello, all. Know that Italy has a right-wing leader, yet she has failed to push through anything so far. She's not financially able to achieve her agenda. Thank heavens. Thank you, Valerie. Oh, lovely. Anyway, let's go to any. Yeah, he's trying to stem the tide. Is it going to work? Please, we hope. It might. It actually. What I'm getting is he's a clever one. You know, I've heard it said that unlike America, the French actually want the smartest person in the room to be the leader. Whereas we're like, hey, do I want to have a beer with this person? Really? Knight of Swords. So it's trying to stem this really nasty legislative push. A plan, a celebration. Fools. Get the fools in. 8 of Cups. They end up walking away frustrated because they can't get what they want done either. I'm getting he's a clever clogs. That's what I'm getting. That there's something he's doing right here that is clever, and it will help. As a kimchi turns, I'm afraid I don't know Korean. I know a few of those marks, what sort of sounds they are. I also know that Korean, from what I've seen, Korean is a lot like French in that you love your vowels. Matter of fact, I believe in Korean, if I'm not mistaken, you can't even have like a vowel written, like sitting out there by itself. It has to have a chaperone at all times. Oh, it's thank you in Korean. Thank you, Janet. Love your vowels. That's from what I've seen. Okay. Oh, you're saying thank you to Janet. Okay, I understand. No, that's not right. Oh shoot! Now I can't remember. I just know a few words. So anyway, Janet says yes. Oh, it is 감사합니다. 감사합니다. Is that right? Okay. I just know Yoruban, which is everyone. Yoruban. Like I want to talk to everybody. And of course, everyone's favorite word, hajima, which I've said to my cats many a time. I mean, stop that. So, hajima. Anyway. All right, I will get on to the questions. Marie D is worried about the war in Europe spreading with the far right. And I apologize to all the Korean speakers for demolishing your language in just demolishing what few words I know. Okay. The European elections had scary results in France, bad for Ukraine, and Germany seems to prepare for war. What? Huh? What about preparing for wait? What? Will the war in Europe get broader? Oh, jeez. Genesis, I speak to my cats in broken French. Ah. I know somebody who said that the language that he found that cats seem to understand the best is Russian. Something about the cadence of it or something, the consonants. I don't like this fascist card. Don't like that, the card for the reading. Oh, look, it's a conservative plan. And it's a world card. She needs a shirt. I need to draw a shirt on her. Conservative plan in the world card. Pluto's going into Aquarius. It causes problems. Traditionally. Seven of Swords. Well, there's a thief card. Yeah. Well, the last two cards are cup cards, so that would be more democracy. 10 of Cups, which should be happy families. But it's accompanied by the card of nostalgia. Lisa Arnold says, this is depressing. Yeah. Marie D says, yes, Germany is preparing its people for conscription rationing, places of shelter. What? Wait, what? I did not know anything about that. There was, man, I'm trying to just calm, because I had, I'm not gonna front. I had an anxiety attack this morning. It was pretty bad. And I made my tea. I took my theanine serene. I breathed. I meditated. But I still have a lot of the tightness and stress in my chest. And yeah, I didn't know about this. Veronica Johannes is asking, what's the question? Anna says, yes, forced military in Germany coming. Hello, Becca. Have you heard about Germany preparing for war? See, Becca's the person I trust the most because she was in the Navy and still works for the Navy, I believe. I'm okay. I'll be all right. I'm just like, but I'm sorry, these questions won't help you relax. Yeah, but that's what I'm here to do, because this kind of stuff comes up, and the first thing I do anyway is go be like, where are my cards? As the kimchi churn says, Germany and France and the other countries have to prepare for war if Russia makes it through Ukraine, which is what will happen if Trump gets into office. Jeez. Thank you. Cynthia says, war with whom? Good question. Poor Pekka's like, what? I was just having lunch. Oh, man. Amanda Carrion says, I haven't heard any of that in the news. Gene Hall says, what I heard about Germany's preparations have to do with Putin. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kristen. Germany buys more F-35 Eurofighters as it prepares for possible war with Russia by 2029. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think Russia's going to be in any position to be doing, I don't think that's going to be happening. TJ says it's in the news over here in the UK. Okay. That's not what I'm getting. Okay, it starts with the Three of Swords. So the swords through the heart. And then the Ace of Swords. So but these don't turn into, these are not, the other three here, it's not cards of, these are not cards of war. Seven of Cups, this is illusion, delusion, but it's also suspension. And then Four of Cups, which is a refusal. So I'm not saying this is great, but this is kind of where we are. But Russia's not going to be, by 2029, I don't think Putin's going to be around, to be honest. And I don't think that I don't think this is a thing. And this is not a, these are not cards of war. Matter of fact, let me get a deck I'm used to using. Let me grab Old Faithful. Holy buckets. We're going to be okay. We're going to find ways to make it through, do the best we can. So let's breathe. Lisa Arnold says, Canada at war, they're too nice. Oh, it's kind of like Bruce Banner from the TV show. Do you remember that, Bill Bixby? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Yeah. They'll say sorry afterwards, but yeah, don't make Canadians angry. Don't do it. Don't do it. Mm-mm. Mary West says, lovable, faithful. It's a good one. Cindy says, you mean the Hulk? What did I say? Did I say the wrong thing? Probably. Yes, the Hulk, Bill Bixby. Yeah, Katie Arbuckle, 2 words. Hockey season. Yes. The Incredible Hulk. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Hockey season. Exactly. Rhonda Lynn says, talk about poking the bear. Yes. Kevin Waggy, yes. Russia's running out of weapons. There are videos of them using Chinese-made golf carts and motorcycles to get troops to the front line. Yeah. Yeah. Now, there is some turbulent astrology coming over the next 3-4 years, what have you. But turbulent astrology does not automatically mean boom. All right. What are we looking at? Yeah, I've got very similar cards here. We're worried about the start of some kind of war, some kind of military heinousness. But we've got the star here. Joe Biden is the president, and I honestly do believe that he's going to remain the president after the election. Now, are we getting everything we want? No. But we're golden compared to what it would be like if the Orange Fuhrer took over. Knight of Swords. There's aggressive military action, like in the way that Russia ran forward, but Ten of Cups. We're good. We're good. Seven of Cups. There are lies about. We know that. Alex Jones lies about what America's really like. What's really going on in America. Fox News. Thank you, Deborah. They lie about the situation, but people are going to vote. There's still there's hope and there's democratic energy here. See, okay, there's something. Let me put this to you, okay, and try to see if this helps you, makes you feel any better. Years ago, my father, in his free time, he would go to these driving events. It wasn't a car race. People didn't race each other, but you could do timed events. So people had their, whatever kind of car they had, if it was an old, like a Mercedes or a Porsche or something, some kind of little sports car. Other family members were into it. Matter of fact, my old car was one of those. It was a 325i from 1989, and I bought it from my sister and brother-in-law in 2007. But he and his brother had lowered and chipped it, which is funny with me driving it because I just drive very normally. I don't know tickets, but I had this 325i lowered, chipped, loved the visibility. Holy cow. And I learned to drive a stick shift on that car. In this neighborhood, in fact. So, yes, I can drive a stick shift. And let's just say everywhere I went, there would be some guy who would look at me and then immediately look past me and go, nice car. It was a 1989. This was not some shiny, gleaming sports car. It was old, but it was very cool in its way. So anyway, that's the situation where, what my dad used to do is he would go to some of these driving events and he would teach people how to drive there. Drive for these events, which means fast, but drive safely, or safely as possible. And one of the things that he used to say was, a car accident is not when something goes wrong. Car accidents are not the result of something going wrong. Car accidents are the result of a number of things going wrong in succession. All right, and I've told you all of that. One, because we need to get out of that energy for just a minute, but also in order to have World War III, you've got to have a whole bunch of different things, gears that come together just so. If Biden is the president, if the Democrats, see, right now they're even saying it's likely Democrats will take control of the House. If Biden's the president, that's a whole different thing from that is a counter to rise of fascism elsewhere. So it's not all the pieces everything would have to go wrong in a certain, like, all together. And it just feels like there are people out there, smart people, who are finding ways to diffuse, to deflect. And we're fighting the good fight in fighting for democracy and representative government and human rights, women's rights, LGBTQ plus rights. So we're better off than you think. It is not 1938. It's not. Just isn't. All right. Okay. Visualize 70 says a whole series of dominoes would need to fall. Exactly. All in the same direction. And there's stuff in the way. And that's good. So. Oh, the thing about, I remember a number of years ago, I went to Whole Foods to get a Thanksgiving dinner because I was on my own, but I needed something vegan. And I wasn't going to cook all that for myself because I was busy. And so I went to Whole Food and I picked up my dinner. But anyway, I pulled in a small parking lot. And there was a guy standing there and he was getting carts and what have you. And there was this spot opened up right near the door. So I just pulled in and I was like, great, okay. I got out and I locked my car. And which is always interesting because it got to the point you could only lock it or unlock it from the trunk. You could lock the whole thing from the trunk and unlock it, but you couldn't unlock the doors. Anyway, it was the thing. This car had issues, but anyway, so I get out and I'm walking toward the door and he's standing right there and he just glances at me, but he's just staring straight ahead. As I'm going by, he says, "Nice car." Thank you. And so since I had, back in the day when I was still learning to drive it, I used to joke as I would drive around the subdivision, squirrels fear me. Men want my car. Squirrels fear me. Anyway, all right, I'll move on. Cosmic Goat Lady at 42 minutes in. I have no idea. Actually, oh wow, there are a couple of things here that aren't international. Okay. Does Trump wear a smartwatch so someone can monitor his vitals during his rallies? I doubt it. I doubt it. TJ, I didn't catch the name of the 1989 car. It was a BMW 325i, 1989. So, and I got it when it was already nearly 20 years old. Yeah. I had to pull the dashboard apart multiple times. Things would just stop working. Yeah. Anyway. I drove down from where I lived up in Wisconsin down to Chicago in one winter. Oh man, it was cold. And the heater was great, but it was so cold and there was no insulation. And I'm pretty sure my brother and his brother had actually taken the insulation out of the doors. But anyway, so I basically had the heat going on full, clunk, 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 on full. And I had space because it was going up on the winch. So I could see where I was going, and I had some heat on me, but I couldn't let my foot move too far toward the door, or it would just be total. My foot would be absolutely freezing in the difference between here and here. And the vents were keeping the two side windows like a streak on each one clear, but everywhere else it was just frosting over. And yeah, that car was a mess. I lost internet. I was talking about my old car when it went kaput, and that moment I lost internet too. I'm like, my internet wants a moment of silence for the car that is no more. Anyway, okay, this idiot. He has a boutique doctor who tells him what he wants to hear, and heaven knows what that person's prescribes. Hit the Emperor, King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. No, it would do him good if he was. It would do him good if he wasn't trying to get away with crimes and commit crimes all over the place. I'm not getting anything. Amanda Karen, was it a convertible? No. But man. Oh, thank you. All right. Cards. All right, see what we've got. At 45. Let's do 45 for this one. Cosmic Goat Lady was asking about YouTube. Says, I know Trump won't be president. Let's just make sure that goes out into the universe. I know Trump won't be president. But would he try to destroy YouTube because of the political and emotional jabs at his pride? I don't want to go there, I'll be honest, but we could look at, is YouTube, because there are a number of different ways that YouTube could, let's say, take a turn. And let's see, is YouTube going to remain neutral-ish? Or is it going to take a turn? It is owned by Alphabet, which is Google. It's Alphabet? Yeah. Anyway, it's owned by Google. So YouTube. Carol is saying that was Knight of Pentacles, not swords. Denari is money in Italian. Thank you. Rowan says Alphabet is the Google parent company. Thank you. All right, YouTube. It looks much of a muchness. Us naive little creators, I think I'll start a channel. It'll be great. Ace of Wands. We know the negativity that exists on YouTube. We all have had, blows to our ego, and some of you were here back when we had a troll who tried to dox me. Really? There's some nastiness, and we deal with it, and we help each other, and I'm grateful for you for keeping this a safe place. Thank you. It's also how I'm able to buy groceries, which is awesome. 6 of Swords. This just feels like in future there being various kerfuffles and stuff, but it doesn't. This is the heart of darkness already exists at YouTube. We know that, but I think we're not as naive as we were back in 2016. And yeah, there's stuff coming, but I'm not seeing YouTube going down, and I'm not seeing YouTube turning into an X. So, and I don't think for a minute Google's going to get rid of it. No way. Especially since their search income has gone in a horrible direction because of AI. YouTube, 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 YouTube. Yes, we this is just pathetic. Yes, we come out for our little crumbs from Google. Yes, please. Thank you, sir. It's like this card is making me feel like I'm in a Dickens novel. But considering how much money they're taking in and how much money I'm taking in, they're not wrong. That's not wrong. Burden of the right, but they're on the defensive. Google does what they can, and we create stuff. So yeah, just moving on. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jana. Thank you. All right, so okay, I've read on this before that I've never picked up that Trump actually actively has like compromising material on the sycophants who keep coming back to him. He just has his MAGA foaming at the mouth believers. So I've never picked up on, and frankly, I don't think he's smart enough to actually blackmail people. I really don't. Never forget for a moment, Donald Trump is dumb as a post. He really is. Did you hear about the shark story? The shark in the battery story from his rally. If you haven't, keep your brain cells, really. So, anyway. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Oh, that's a duplicate. Okay, so asking about Netin YaWho at 5230. 5230. Lucy Val says, I heard sharks and batteries are protesting. Yes. That was good. Ay, 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 ay. Gloria, that doesn't sound nice. I'll understand. Ricky says, Trump is dumber than a box of rocks in a safety deposit box at the bank. You have a point. Oh gosh. Netin YaWho. All right. We know what happened. We know what Hamas did. The vile, vile, vile things Hamas did. Bad. Very bad. And you didn't see this coming? You didn't think there would be, with Netin YaWho there, you honestly thought that there'd be some retaliation, big deal. You didn't think he'd go off the deep end, hurting women and children, and to the point where the world court is like, excuse you, world court. Oh, that's what Trump said. Yeah. So, Netin YaWho, you're going to be there a while, are you? As long as the people here understand the difference between Hamas and regular Palestinian folk. Yes. Yes. It'd be like when Trump was in power and the Republicans were control of everything. It would be like saying, well, Americans are just like, they are 100% behind Trump. No. No. So, every day he's making decisions, isn't he just? He's making aggressive decisions. Look, it's a world card. Everybody's watching. Everybody can see what he's doing. And everybody can see how heinous Hamas is. And you basically end up with a lot of defenseless people and children being killed, starved, hurt, maimed, you name it. I don't get Netin YaWho. Yeah, there's nothing. I want to get good energy on this, and it just makes me want to cry. But this is where we are. It doesn't mean things can't get better, because I think they will eventually. It's just right now it makes you want to cry. Anyway. Oh, grr. What else have we got? You know what? This is just something completely different. I'm not saying it's great energy, but you know what? It's something different. Let's do it. 5720. Oh, and I wanted to look about the probation thing. There we go. I don't see your question, Amanda. I don't see it. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is rolled over from actually a couple days ago. So I was not pleased, but Hal Sparks the other day, you know how he runs interviews and clips on influencers channels or whatever. He had Russell Brand interviewing Don Jr. And I cannot imagine how much no there would be if I ran across that just out in the wild. How I would be like, there's nothing that could get me to click on that. There's not a chance, not even a little. No. But it reminded us about Russell Brand. He's still out there. What did the cards say about Russell Brand? You awakening wonders, you blottity, blottity, blottity. I'm not going to try to do any kind of impersonation of him. I think he's gross. And I don't have the chest hair. Ick. Lisa Arnold says, I saw that. What a mess. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, look. The Lover's card. Wonder if he paid out some money to make some of this go away. Kelly Ramsey, is Russell Brand a U.S. citizen? No, I believe he's a UK citizen. He lives in the UK, I believe, or unless he changed something. But yeah, did he pay off some women to make some of this go away? I don't know. But there are still some people suffering, and he's still full of himself. And that Wheel of Fortune's turning. He hasn't quite tipped him off yet. Mary Sim says, rumor says. Okay. Thank you. He's still a legend in his own mind. Ick. Do. This is related to what he's accused of. I'm not going to go into any details. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, little money, large bits of money to Queen. I'm just getting him paying a whole heck of a lot of money to women. That's all I'm being told. A whole heck of a lot of money to women. So, Valerie says, Hal came on live on Boston Brian's show yesterday from the Vegas Trump rally. Did he? I'll have to go look that up. Yeah, that's a refusal. It's that for the partnership, but it's a refusal of what's being asked for. It's just party time, which leaves him with secrets. It feels like this will eventually catch up with him. Entertainment only, but bye-bye. Ignore him, please. Yeah. All right, so I wanted to, before I go, even though it's already been an hour, at 1:02:30, how did probation go? Do we know? I know Trump's trying to raise, how did probation go for Trump today? Well, meeting with his probation officer. How did meeting with his probation officer go today? Go for Trump today. Okay. Has anybody heard? Apple says he'll be raging about it soon. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's already trying to raise money off of it. But Mary Smith says he probably took the fifth the whole time. Flag that says it was just a Zoom, so Felon probably didn't bother wearing pants. Oh God, don't give us that mental image. So how'd it go? How's it going to go? Suddenly my skin itches. Ugh. Joyce Matthews, I agree. I want a president who doesn't have a probation officer. Yeah. Miss Cherry says, my sister has anxiety attacks. She says reciting numbers out of order helps. Oh, yeah. Just getting other parts of their brain working. Yes, good stuff. Distraction sometimes is just really your friend. So how'd it go? So what did you do today? Let's see. I talked I talked to Sarah this morning. I worked on my astrology course. I had a panic attack, and that's rare, but I got through it. I got to spend time with you, which is awesome. Seriously, I love hanging out with you. This afternoon, I'm going to work on my astrology course. I need to get some groceries. Yeah, that's my day. No, I don't think any part of today I have to talk to a probation officer. Didn't have to contact or pay for a lawyer. No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure I haven't done that today. Yeah. Oh, look at the Queen of Swords. Is this probation officer a man or a woman? I'm guessing a man, since apparently if he does go to the big house, apparently he has to get tested. But anyway, TJ says a woman. Flagless says she's a lady. Are we sure? I know there was talk about it, but is it? Please don't get my heart. My heart will go all aflutter. Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups. His lies, but also, let's say, his medical concerns, not medical treatments. It is a woman. Nice. King of Swords. So yeah, King and Queen of Swords. So this is very unpleasant. This is very cold and institutional and justice system-y. Yes, I just made up a word. Justice system-y. Like a Y. 10 of Cups. I'm enjoying it. And the best part, the world. He can never go back. He will never not be a man convicted on 34 felony counts. You're done. You're done. So I'm glad we did this. This is good. This is good. Ah, nice. All right. Well, we got through all of that, and I will be back tomorrow. I'm literally here every day. If the day ending in Y, I'm here. Day ending in day. Every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday, I'm here. So, but I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you get some cuteness in your life and some sweetness. And we're going to be okay. We're going to make it. All right. So breathe. Please know deep down you are not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. So hang in there, and I will see you either at 3 o'clock over on the Creative Sprints channel, or I will see you right back here tomorrow. All right. So take care. And please do try again tomorrow, Amanda. I'm sorry I didn't see your question. Okay. Take care. There are good days ahead. The good days ahead. Don't forget.